Yes, we are. We are live. Radio. No, we are not. We are actually live for Pull Up a Chair, episode 9. Sorry.
Pull Up a Chair. This ain't Plus Radio. This silly goose.
I've said the other one 112 times. I've only said this one 8, so forgive me.
I thought this is 9.
But,
or is this 8?
Well, now it's the 9.
Okay, so 9.
It's Pull Up a Chair, episode 9.
Episode 9.
See, we meant to do that. So on that note, it is your host, El Tuger Tente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei, who ultimately taught Bruce Lee everything he motherfucking knows, a.k.a. Space Mountain Stoney, a.k.a. Young Dumbledore, the lyrical wizard,
a.k.a. Blonde Bruce Lee,
a.k.a. the blonde Bruce Lee, a.k.a. Lil Donatello, a.k.a. call me what you will, just don't call me broke or sad. How's everybody doing? It's Mr. Keep the Love High and the Hate Low.
Super Fried Snooker, you already know.
Super
Nick
Fried Snooker to my left. And on that note, cheers, y'all. Wanted to say I appreciate the love. We appreciate the love.
Yes, we do.
On the past couple episodes, it's been growing at a rapid rate, and we appreciate that. When we get to 150 subs,
to mention that.
Cash giveaway.
Little shout out, a little gift giveaway for the fans, the viewers, the subscribers.
Maybe even give out the Elton poster I got from the farewell concert.
I think we saved that for like $250.
You think that's the $250 gift?
That's an enticement right now.
Because that's like, me having to part with something too. No, yeah. So I agree.
I feel like 150 will be a good 50 or cash giveaway. I don't know the exact amount, but at 150, great giveaway. And then I feel like maybe a 250 or even maybe like a 500, depending on how fast we're booming and climbing, or maybe like the first episode that breaks 100 views while live.
Now that would be something
that's like crazy like that, because I think last week was our highest at like 58 during.
Yeah.
Because I think as we ended, we had 58 views already.
Yep. It was 58 when we ended.
Maybe something like that, where if we break 100 views at the
and
end of the
I noticed in the analytics too. I appreciate y'all and really appreciate the people that I see, the ones that like spent the whole damn clip like from start to finish.
I know this could get probably could get boring. I don't know. I mean, we're just rambling. So. I mean, we're rambling. It's to each his own.
We're two very unique energies.
Yeah, but it could be boring to some people, but other people find it entertaining. And then for like 15 minutes, it's boring for them. And then the next 45.
And you know what? Sometimes if you need to step out for a cig, get a few bops in, come back in.
Go get a beer. Go take a shit. Do what you got to do. Just
it's a Saturday.
We'll be here.
You know? Absolutely. Enjoy your sleepless Saturday, and let's get it started off. Let's dive right into it. Pull up a you can turn.
I'm just turning this.
You're just turning it. Yeah, even though as you can tell, the fits changed from last week. For those of y'all that ain't in Ohio, this is how we get down. Last week was t-shirts. This week I can sit here with my Pizza Planet and my fucking J Skis hoodie. You know, shout out J Skis.
One of my favorite cartoons ever, Tom and Jerry. Shout out. You know my swag. I'm
one of my favorite underground rappers of the year.
And
I got this on the honeymoon.
Snap-on Tools hat. Shout out Mechanic Life.
Toy Story Land. Had to match the Pizza Planet.
I spun a wheel to win this. At
you
work.
Did?
Yeah.
Damn.
The people that come sell to us, like Snap-on Tools, actually Snap-on, they've like people that come and show us what's new in the world of tools and see if we need anything, you know. And they were like, hey, we gotta, you don't have to buy anything. We got a wheel in the truck. Just go spin, see if you win anything. And technically I won a shirt, but they said I could switch out the shirt for a hat because I'm a hat dude. And so, shout out to them.
You want to just turn the fan off. Unless you like it.
I was just keeping it for some air movement, but I didn't want
some air circulation.
I didn't want it to burn down.
Fuck up the blunts.
Not those. Our cigars.
The cigars.
Yeah, they're not.
Yes. Yeah. I made a mistake. You're right. Yeah.
We're not.
Right.
That's when we're in California or any legal state.
That's true.
In Ohio, we got our wacky
tobacco.
Know,
I am drinking Coca-Cola, so when I do that, it's legal. Really,
we're of age.
Yeah,
that's allowed. We're not sponsored though, so we're not showing.
And it's not for kids.
Yeah, I mean, it's for.
And so it's like everybody.
I'm not saying it's not for kids, but I wouldn't advise. But there's some smart ass kids out there. So like, there's a 12-year-old that's probably smarter than both of us combined that could go to Harvard next year, and he could probably like interpret and understand all this. Even though we do swear, he would call us intellectuals because you know we have to revert to swearing. But actually, a study has showed that
intellectual introverts,
people that are intelligent swear more often. So the higher,
and that's what the fuck I'm talking about.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't go for every case.
So on that note,
doesn't apply for every.
Let's dive straight into music. As you can see, this is the longest music list I've had to write yet. Motherfuckers just can't stop doing shit. And I love it, and we love it because we get to talk about it.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
But let's start off with the new music. Before we get into the bullshit.
Okay.
Let's start off with the new music.
Yeah,
let's actually talk the new shit.
Yeah.
So
we'll see if we'll talk about it. Just,
well, yeah, I mean, just some of it. I don't really have too much.
What's
of
first? What's first on the new?
First is, did you hear the new Cuddy Ty single off the Intergalactic coming out at the end of the? I think it's coming out at the end of the show.
To be honest, anything new, I've only listened to Big Walk Dog, because shout out him, he's with Gucci.
Okay.
And the new Dababy album.
I'm very close to that because I need to.
I listened to T Grizzly's new 2 songs. Yeah, I don't. Well, first off, I'm very upset with Tidal, and probably I use Tidal, so I don't know about other platforms, but pretty sure Dababy got shadow banned for his when his shit released, because it was not on Tidal. They do a very great job of putting whatever came out.
They did it to them on Apple too,
on the new list. Like, hey, here's the new albums.
This was a thing.
And here's what's new in this. Here's what's new in this. Here's new albums, and it'll be all genres, like country, whatever. Just drop. And I literally had to search the baby's name to go get View All, Big Walk, Jay, Cameron, Billy Idol, Hosier. But like, we'll go back and like, this is weeks now, like 2 weeks. Like,
wow.
And so I literally had to search the baby, and then
that's wild. I mean, that's a blackball. You're
You're
not giving him the.
I would say blackballing is not allowing it on it. So he would have to go to SoundClouds. So like shadow ban is just not putting it on the front page, but putting everybody else.
I like the differse. So I see what you're getting at now.
So like,
up what you're
because of his in one of the songs, he even references like that his homophobic stint where Rolling Loud, I believe, or
who threw this busted ass Adidas.
Whenever he went on that homophobic rant,
that was
it cost him $20 million. Like in the song, he mentions that, and like now, like so now him being shadow banned, like people not even like seeing that it dropped. If you weren't a big Dababy fan and you didn't know it dropped, you wouldn't even see it. Yeah. So now his numbers are gonna do less just because
and then people are gonna dog it. DJ Academics is gonna tweet, it's on pace to sell.
I don't like if we're getting mad at like I get it, Dababy that was a bad image.
Bad look, bad moment. Mistake for sure.
And that's what Eminem when he was dropping faggot and everything else back in the day, like you gay cocksucker faggot, like okay, but now society's changed, but like freedom of speech never changes. That's what I'm trying to get to. Like society, yes, we can evolve and change, but the freedom of speech is always freedom of speech, and however you articulate that speech is up to you. As long as there is no physical harm to another being, or like direct verbal, I would even go to like straight verbal threat. Like you shouldn't be able to go on a song, drop your federal name, and be, I'm gonna come to your address at this, and actually, drop an address, street, city, and kill you and your family. Like, all right, well, in court. I'm not going to say that's a freedom of speech because now you're pinpointing a target.
No, but
rather than going like, all right, well, fuck you and your clique. Like, all right, you're just saying fuck them, but you're not saying I'm gonna come to Detroit, find you at your mama's house, and she live off Grove
like details
Street.
And shit.
Yeah, and I'm gonna pull a Grove and spin the block till I find you because now you're putting a target out.
For sure.
So there's thin fair lines, but at the same time,
so
I don't like that he got shadow banned. Like that's.
I mean, yeah, I do say that, if
because I get the whole society like aspect of, oh, he's not a good look to promote. Okay, you don't have to put him on the top of the. You don't have to put him in the thing. I'm gonna show Took off camera because I don't know if we'll get hit for YouTube showing. Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. I'm about to go look. It's not as a banger album, like complete project. As at the same time, he comes out, they're bangers. Can I
track this? We got to talk about Boogeyman, but I liked Socks. I thought the beat on Socks was great.
All right, I want to clarify.
You know what I'm going to
bring the intro to Socks. It's not an intro song, but the skit at the beginning of Socks is one of my favorite skits of all time now. And I don't want to play it because
I haven't heard it.
Mark.
Yeah, but I haven't heard it enough to know.
It's
like I have.
It's hilarious. It's like and how it sets
I was
up the
running through it
song.
last night.
It starts with like him on a phone call with emergency responder saying,
I think I remember.
Is he? And he's
I
like,
just heard it last night.
He says something and like the responder's like, is he alert? And you hear the dude like screaming in the background, and he's like, is he what? And the responder's like, is he fully alert? He's like, do you not hear this man? And then he goes, he's losing life until you get here. Like, and then it starts the song, but it's just like, damn, like he literally called, was like, hey, you need help? Is he fully alert? You hear this man in pain screaming in the back. Hurry the fuck up.
I thought Socks was that's actually probably my favorite that I remember on there.
Yeah.
However, though,
well, hold on, real quick. Blank with Anthony Hamilton, who he brought out.
Oh,
I don't know
that was a good joint.
He was technically retired, but this man came out.
Anthony Hamilton.
Yeah. Is it because he's from?
No, he was the Hamilton mixtape. From the Hamilton play. He was a part of that.
So
he's still older though.
That's where I was. That's what I was kind of alluding to. He brought back.
It was an unexpected feature when I saw that he had Anthony Hamilton.
Because,
like, for example, the last time I saw Anthony Hamilton was with Nas and Royce da 5'9".
So he had a song on Django Unchained 2012. Anthony Hamilton credits.
Should have one with
You made a fool of me. Is Love Is the New Black 2021. I'm just trying to find newer shit because I knew him from older.
The one that's not too long ago is the one with Nas and
I'll search
Royce. Yeah, put in Nas Royce. Nas Royce, Anthony. Oh, I was a little off. What was the song?
Words and Addiction. Worlds and Addiction.
Yeah, sorry.
So it's Nas and Anthony Hamilton. I don't know. There might be another one. I know.
Well, that's it. You got it. I
knew of Anthony Hamilton as like older R&B. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't think he was actually retired. But like, he's not coming. He's a rare person to see. He's not dropping his own shit really anymore. He's featured, like, he'll do soundtracks for a movie, like banger. But like, when that song, that vibe of the song, love it.
Oh yeah. Now, the controversy that surrounds Boogeyman. What do you think about that? He fucked Megan Thee Stallion the day before Tory Lanez shot her in the leg. Fuck Tory Lanez, and I'll always stand on that.
Fuck improper gun safety and precautions. I'm not speaking on it. I don't know the full facts. There's always 3 sides to each story.
Neither do I. I just know that Tory Lanez music sucks, and that's why he probably did do that.
Well, hey, I don't know what happened.
Also, he's like short as my wife.
We don't know what happened inside the car, to be fair. We have Meg's story, we have Tory's story, but then there's the truth. That's
Tory Lanez would have to ask you to put his 25 cents in the gumball machine so he can get a gumball. I would fuck Tory Lanez.
I would give him it for charity. I'd give it to him for charity, bro. You could have that 25 cents, dog. But you got to put it in. What I'm saying is, like, in every story, every case, no matter what, like, even with our podcast, you have your side, there's my side, but then there's the truth to what the actual situation is. Whether it's we're discussing,
we're just giving what we think. It's not
discussing Jacoby Brissett. There's your truth, my truth, and then the real life, actual factual.
Well, let's just put the shooting aside, though. Dababy talking about that he fucked Meg the day before Tory. That Tory supposedly shoots her in the leg.
Well, and he did it. He did it twice.
Oh, yeah.
He said I did that and before. But I mean, I think I don't think capping? No, I don't think he's capping. I don't think he's clout chasing. I think he was probably going to drop it.
She hasn't came out and said anything yet.
I think he was probably going to drop it like that shit. I think he was going to mention it in a song before, but that drama that stirred up and legal drama, he wasn't getting pulled into legal drama. So he wasn't going to drop her name, his name, because if you're around Meg Thee Stallion before that shooting, they want to talk to everybody the day before, day, week of, like, hey, how was Meg's attitude? Was Tory, like, were they fighting? Like, so I guarantee
he had to allude to it.
Didn't want to fucking get dragged into a criminal case for shooting. between two
True.
people he does know and one bitch he was just fucking, and have to go to police and more drama bullshit. So that's why he even said I waited to drop it on my next album, because like you know what, it wasn't the time to speak on it. But
my whole thing with it is just
I don't think he's capping. I don't think
he's capping.
I don't
He's
think
not the type to do that,
especially with Meg the Stallion status person, where like
yeah.
I don't think he'd cap anyway, because I mean it's Dababy. Like he could even, I mean, I'm not gonna say he'd fuck any pop girl, any R&B bitch he wants to, but I don't believe he's capping about Meg the Stallion, because they worked together, like they were both popping, you know.
I will say that my overall review on the album, which I've only given it one listen, so don't take my opinion with a grain of salt.
I think you'll.
I enjoyed it. Replay value, not so much as of now, but I will give it another listen.
Give it another full listen through, and that's a fair estimate. It wasn't, like I said, it's not as a complete album as Blame It On Baby. It's not as like I would say it's comparable to XXL though. Like I think XXL. There's just like where he.
What's the cover? Give me cover.
Kirk. It's.
Oh, Kirk.
It ends with the song XXL. I apologize for that.
His dad holding the baby. I think that's what that cover art is. Yeah.
So, but and that's like one of my favorite songs. It has iPhone with Nicki Minaj, pop star Kevin Gates, gospel Chance and Gucci, Toes with Moneybagg Yo. Like XXL literally has bop after bop after bop and a song bop on it. But it's comparable to that because it's like a ooh to me, and I'm a little biased. I'm a big Dababy fan.
You are a bigger Dababy fan.
I'm a big Dababy fan. So like
I feel like I was on him like kind
of
early, but I never was like big on it. I did fuck with the early shit more though.
All right, so this album,
like
if you got like a 35, 40-minute drive on the freeway, this is like one of those albums where you're like, oh, let's go. We cruising, we vibing, like. But if you're smoking and just talking, like, it's not really, you know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Another album I wanted to mention, which is the only other album that jumped out at me that I wanted to at least talk about.
Okay.
You know, I'm a big Cameron fan. We were just talking about Killer Cam and shit.
Yeah.
What I love about what Cameron does now, he's done this with the past two projects, is you can clearly tell he does not give a single fuck about numbers. He's just dropping it, and there it is. It's on new music. He tweets it out. He barely ever tweets. He tweets out, hey, by the way, guys, I'm dropping music in an hour. Love y'all.
And that's because
it's like, oh,
he's
shit.
doing it for the craft. Because I think on the other podcast, I don't know if it was last week or the week before, we've talked like I would prefer an artist wait to drop an album so it's a full quality thing, not just here's 12 songs, 6 of them miss.
I didn't even think about it, and it's like 4 years later, and he's like, "Hey guys,
it's like
I'm dropping music in an hour,"
and that's perfect. Like as long as like I'll never get mad, even if he took 6, 7. But when he drops, it's like, all right, this is quality camera, cool. Where Dababy, if this one could have flopped, and it could have possibly, for fans like you, I try to be realistic while being, I know I'm biased to an extent, but I try to be realistic.
I got my Cameron bias.
I still try to be realistic when giving a fair assessment.
Me as well.
For fans like you, this could have flopped, but I think there's like how it's structured. It sets it up for but like this song is not as much of a banger, but the next one comes in. Oh, this is a great harmony, melody, whatever. Then the next one's a bop, and that, like, you know what I mean. So it's
like that.
It's
like the Rockstar. My wife goes crazy for that Rockstar joint.
But but like for fans like you, if first 3 don't smack, like it could
As in
flop.
tracks or albums?
Tracks. Like on this new album of the Babies.
I don't rate an album like that.
But I'm saying
I know what you mean, but
this album could
using
make or break
as
his
an
career.
Yes. Oh,
like
make or break his career.
Because if going forward, if this one flopped, I don't know if he recovers from a flopped album right now in society. If his next album would have to be like a Blame It
that's
on
good.
Baby.
I like that.
But that's his next. If this one flopped, he would have to drop another Kirk or Blame It on Baby, like where it's straight bop, rock star, pop star,
got something
iPhone.
a little different. What if he started just dropping singles, like how he came out?
Well, you
Like
remember
how all of a
he
sudden you got Suge, and then
that's
you
how
got
he-
Walker Texas Ranger.
That's how he survived the homophobic thing. He dropped Red Light, Green Light, Masterpiece at like separate times. And like Red Light, Green Light flopped because everyone's like, is this a fucking pirate song? But everyone actually turned around on it after a month. Like, it's like, oh, this shit actually got some bars.
TikTok seems to fuck with him.
Because he has catchy flow, Red Light, Green Light. Like,
People
and he has,
do their
yeah,
bullshit.
but he has like,
Hey, I'm not hating on TikTok.
he has
Do
a
your
hood.
TikToks.
He has a hood flavor behind the Red Light, Green Light aspect of the game. Like,
Fair enough.
so like in TikTok world,
But,
I'm gonna say this: white people love to imitate black culture.
water's wet.
Like, yeah, like I'm just like so like
yeah, no.
his catchy ass flow, like he out there doing his little GA. Oh, man, I can make a little dance out of red light.
Oh yeah, that's why you
Green
got
light.
Pat Jackson Mahomes or whoever the fuck.
Who now
But,
Patrick Mahomes said, "Do not come to my games anymore."
Good, don't keep them away.
Yeah, you are a distraction and you fucking up my bread, bro.
But to just tackle the Cameron album real quick, because it's really not too much I wanted to say about it, but there is something I wanted to mention.
We had to mention that he actually dropped, so people.
Yes,
because he shadow bans himself.
9 tracks,
Like
all
in
9.
essence, like he doesn't care about promoting it. So like he's not shadow banned.
God, no, he hasn't even posted on his Instagram.
That's what I mean. It's like he's not shadow banned, but he doesn't. But he like
he still somehow ended up 3rd on the title page.
But Dababy isn't even. That's why I find it's very disrespectful to the music society that Dababy's shadow banned on major platforms.
He should definitely be up there with him for sure.
You don't have, like I said, you don't have to promote.
While you
like
have the track list pulled up though,
yeah, that's why I was
take a look at that.
So
my favorite on
Conway
it
the
is,
Machine.
Yep.
We got Mr. Vegas, Damon,
And then
Damon,
he's got his
Jim
Dipset
Jones.
boys. He's got his Dipset boys, all of them. Styles P,
Yeah.
Jim Jones, and he has Jules Santana.
I saw that Jim Jones.
That song is called
okay.
Think Boy.
Have you? So I haven't listened to it. Luke has. Answer me one. Is Jim Jones? Does he give a verse or is it just a chorus?
It's a verse and
Okay,
a hook, and
cool.
the verse is a fucking 5-star out of the park.
Because I was very. That's what I was about to say. Is I'm excited for that Jim Jones verse, but then I was like, he could have just came back for choruses. But that's why I asked. So I'm gonna give it to a full listen to later.
And
So
just
don't,
something I wanted to. The last thing I want to mention on there is for anybody that checks out that album. For you checking out that
Right.
album, I want you to give you something to look for. It's on the track with Conway. That he starts off the verse and he quickly gets into it by about the 8th or 10th bar, talking about how he actually knows that Big L tried to kill the guy. Supposedly, this is supposedly.
Allegedly,
Because he even says it in the verse. He goes, "This is just what I know. Don't take it like
this is
or something like."
this is his side of the story.
That supposedly the guy who killed Big L because Big L actually tried to kill him a week before.
Hey, what goes around comes around.
It's like, oh wow, that's gonna open up a hip hop fucking conversation.
It's gonna
Big L.
It's gonna shed some light because Big L's loss was loss and like tragic, and it came out of nowhere. But if we would have insight, knowing like
nobody ever did. It was like the first time anybody.
That's what I mean. It's like,
what the fuck does he mean by that?
Obviously, everyone back, like a lot of people in the rap game back in the early '90s, 2000s was still in the hood doing street shit. Like, you know what I mean? And still today there is, but now today people are smarter to get out and still have money revenue coming from the hood, but not be there themselves, if that makes sense.
Yes.
But back in the day, like so people knew people were doing shit, but like if there would have been even like a conspiracy, like, well, he put a hit out on this dude, and then he got hit, so they retaliated. That would have shed light on like, oh, that's gives us at least a kind of a reason we could not be at ease with, but like, okay, this is why he got taken from the world. Like, it wasn't just like a huge like, oh, he just got murdered, cold blood.
And then it's one of those that just for
Like,
some reason
damn,
no one knows
yeah.
who did it.
Like, damn, cold blood murder. We just lost Big L. Like, well, actually, Big L was trying to eliminate him. So like,
it was actually a revenge tale.
And like Lil Wayne said, like, the judge, it was him or me, and it's not gonna be me. Like at the end of the day, like 50 Cent says in the song,
absolutely,
he got hit like I got hit, but he ain't fucking breathing.
That was true.
Hey, you put money on my head.
I still got that CD.
And Eminem mentions in the song like, I got rich, I got money to put on your head that you don't have to pay off.
I love the bounty bars.
Like,
I love it whenever I hear
says
the bounty
like, I have
bars.
so much money, I'll put a bounty on you, and you can't, like, there's nothing you could do. You can't pay it off. Like, because sometimes people, all right, you get $100,000 bounty on this person, they pay it off to whoever. Like, all right, here's 200,000 back to whoever put the fucking bounty on me to get rid of this bounty. So it's like, all right, whatever, cool. You paid for your life. All right, I'm with that. But now, like, I'll put it at a number you can't afford, and nobody, even your own homies, will come looking for you. Like the ones your quote unquote homies, the snakes in the grass, or I don't like using snakes because I own a snake and he's raw and a lot more loyal than you humans.
Yeah, you know,
So,
why are people hating on snakes? Snakes in the grass.
But I mean, for the same. But like, that's what I mean is like, he'll put a bounty out there so high that like
snake in the sand.
The people you thought were cool with you will turn on you and tell this dude where you're at.
So you have somebody pulling up a chair.
Big bet.
He's eating right now that he's on.
So it's like,
and there's still a lot of music.
So like Big L, like
I knew there would be.
That's a risk you always take in that world, like in that life.
And I feel like to hear like one thing too that like Cameron's bars, like how he can elaborate on that. Like if you think about it, it's kind of fucked up that you can get like a whole story like that off of just somebody's verse.
Yeah,
but like the way he details his bars is so fucking crazy. Like he has this one bar on there where he's like, I served at Ohio State, but not as a student. He's a heroine. Like that shit's fucking. Oh my god!
And it's like
I eat that shit up. The drug shit all
like that, but like that's putting a target on you because if everyone knows he doesn't live in Ohio State, like, you know, oh, so you moving with kilos on you.
Served.
Well, right, but you moving with kilos. That means you got connections for kilos. So you could. If I see your car out in public, I might shoot it up to see if you got 3 kilos on you. I might, you know what I mean? Like PMB. This is how I see it. Like, you are a very wealthy man, rich, wealthy. Why are you at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles for over an hour?
I have
in an area,
and
it's a tragic loss to this music world. He was very young. He had probably a lot of things he was going to do to help others out in the community, whatever. Like Nipsey, but at the same time, like PMB, you were at Roscoe's Chicken eating. No. Okay, you were eating.
But like, what's wrong with that?
Get your food. You're. It's a status. You're in a bad area of LA that people will. Me and you. If I have this watch that's only worth 150 on in that area, they might walk up on me and not because they might think it's worth more. But it's just you're in a bad area. Like
I don't know.
People
doesn't sit right.
It's not right at all.
But
it's not right at all. But you have to know the game you're playing.
However, though, we do have a lot of.
That's fine.
But
that's all. Is like you gotta know the game. You're. It's like playing with fire. Like you can go get Roscoe's and Chicken, walk in, order your food, but get the fuck out.
I did just want to say R.I.P. PMB though on that.
Well, for sure.
But so to speed through the singles real quick, because there's 4 of them that I wanted to cover. So the new Cuddy with Ty, I heard it.
That.
Yeah.
How many seconds of humming? About 45.
Actually, I was more taken back by Ty's verse.
Okay.
People have to be reminded every once in a while how good Ty is. Yeah, I think you'll really fuck with it. I'm interested to see the intergalactic show that's coming off of that single too.
What were the other singles?
Oh man, I knew you were gonna ask that. He had one more. You'd have to check and look it up. I didn't see
what were your
it is.
four?
Oh,
That's what I was saying.
He has one more
Kid
though on
Cudi,
that.
Ty Dolla.
We got Babyface Ray's single that I heard, and I really like Babyface Ray. He was actually the one XXL freshman that I really gave a fuck about.
Sorry to plug the other Ty Dolla Sign, if that's who you're talking about. Vibe Like This with SG Lewis and Lucky Day is a single he has out.
My single that I was talking about was on Intergalactic.
Oh.
It was the other one besides the
Okay.
one that they did. But then, yeah, that Babyface Ray single I thought was really good. I thought it was really strong. I really have high hopes for him. I think that after hearing his last project, Face, I think that he might be a problem in the game. And what I mean by a problem in the game is, if I were to give you a ceiling, can I say Lil Baby? Maybe not quite that. Let me say, okay, hold on. Dial back. Maybe not quite Dababy, but like he could definitely hold his own as like an
what's
offset.
the new album coming out?
For who? Lil Baby or Babyface Ray?
Babyface.
I don't think he has a name for it yet. This was the first single for it, though.
Okay, that's fair.
And his flows are so unique. Like they're very unique. And the other single, and one of the other two singles that I wanted to mention is, everybody knows I'm a big Body Best fan, Action Bronson fan, and Mayhem Loren, my Fuck That's Delicious boys. Big Body Best just dropped a new single for his long-awaited 8 years in the making project, Body Language. And it's the second single for it after Tears of a Tiger. And it's produced by The Alchemist, and it's called Sunsets in the East.
Yeah, I like Alchemist.
Dude, you got to see the Big Body Best video. Like, in fact, I'll say this on camera. I'll say this on Pull Up a Fucking Chair. You kind of give me Big Body Best vibes. Like, you really do. Like, you're the type to be walking around at 3 a.m., no socks on, just waving a baseball bat through your hallway. No reason at all. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna say I got baseball bats around my house, but
that's like some shit Big Body Best says that he does.
I got knives
and like,
all around.
Two
by my bed. One of the things two in my living room, one at the bottom of the stairs.
In Sims, by the way, we don't promote weapons.
No, this is home defense. This is legal. Walk in, find out.
That's a good point. We do.
This is Ohio. Stand your ground.
Protect yourselves as well. Let's actually promote that. Protect yourselves. Learn how to shoot, though. Don't just go around trying to shoot Milli Vanilli.
Learn how to fight.
Actually, yeah, don't shoot Milli Vanilli, actually.
Learn how to fight and protect yourself.
I forgot Milli Vanilli's a person.
Learn how to protect yourself.
Did you hear what I said, though?
Yeah. You don't need cheddar bobs out here.
Yeah, or anybody shooting Milli Vanilli. That'd be bad. I don't want to promote that. And last single I wanted to talk about is, as much as I love Lil Baby, and I think Lil Baby is a phenomenal artist, Lil Baby, if you ever watch Pull Up a Chair episode 9, fuck you. You stole the Budweiser theme, you son of a bitch.
Hey, or positive side, when you do see this, come get us, and we'll help you sponsor Budweiser.
We can co-do it, because there's a line that you said in the...
Lil Baby, you could have the intro song for our podcast. You could have the theme song. We got you.
It's like, why can't he do the theme song for NyQuil? Why do I have to do like...
This could be a team effort here. We could collab.
Exactly. I like to drink nice, fine, genuines, but on a lighter note with that, wanted to, get my joke off, so to speak, but at the end of the day, Lil Baby did a phenomenal Budweiser theme, and I think he did Budweiser justice. But I'm eventually get that Budweiser sponsorship. You can count on that.
Yeah.
And now to talk about the bullshit. Some of my favorite stuff. So, Designer, because I'm sure this is why I love doing it, because I don't think he's heard it.
No.
So, Designer called out ESTG because supposedly when ESTG's, manager or whoever,
I'm listening.
He sent out memos like, hey, if you want to get on the album, come get on the album. That album that we talked about last week. Great album. Well, Designer inquired about it. Designer wanted to get on the album.
Let me clarify. He sent out a memo saying, you said...
Basically saying, like, I'm open to
features. You said, if you want on the album, here's the invite, but it doesn't mean you're going to get on the album. Let's make
Yes.
sure like that's in the.
He's saying I
that's
wanna
in-
work.
Yeah, that's in the fine print of like just knowing business. Like, hey, I'm willing. I'm looking for people that want to work with me. If you're one of those people, reach out. Correct.
Yes.
But it's not guaranteed. Like
And-
every artist should know the final product of the album comes down to the actual artist putting the album out. So if he has 30 songs, all 30 are not going to make the album.
True.
Like if he gets 20 features and there's only 12 songs, 8 features getting left off. So I don't like if where this is going. I could probably tell. I don't like how Designer getting called out for. Oh, you didn't
Designer
get
called out ESTG.
verse. You didn't get verse on it.
Yes. Well, here's what he said though. So
I'm
when he
listening.
called him
Continue.
out, he was on like Twitter Space or whatever the fuck, and he said that he inquired about it, and ESTG was going to charge him $75,000 to be featured on the album. And
75K. Okay, let's just break that down. I don't feel like that's a lot for a verse on an ESTG. Granted, he's just coming up. Like I'm not gonna say he's
you know what his numbers were. Again, we are always shocked. 79K.
and that's where I thought we put him. We put him with a higher ceiling.
We put him around like between 75.
I was gonna say I
85.
think we put like a 50 to 80 range because like if it didn't get promoted or whatnot.
It went nuts.
So it did very well. But I mean, for a feature in the rap game, like I know probably like Eminem 50, like, they probably charging 200K.
Oh,
Drake
way
250.
more. Oh no, yeah.
I'm
probably
saying
way more.
they're giving
Yeah.
a veteran discount now for
Oh,
showing
gotcha.
love. Drake hot right now, 500K. Future
But
250K. Meg Stanley just talked about it. She had to go to the bank, get a bag out, and literally drop it off to Future in a day while they're in Florida.
What makes this hilarious though is, and this just honestly gives ESTG so much more credibility because honestly, I think I'm agreeing with the internet, which, as you know, you do not hear me say that very much. I might have to agree with the internet on this one. So Designer goes on that rant, calls him hot garbage, and like calls him like
Okay.
overrated,
Okay.
and like I can't believe you do that, and
Right.
blah 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 blah.
Okay. You got a connection with the
Literally,
Future?
like 8 hours later, goes on like IG Live and completely doubles down. He's like, "Oh no," he's like, "You know, they got real good guys over there in that camp."
So he doubles back. Not double down.
Oh yeah, double back. Yeah,
He
sorry,
doubled back
yeah,
on
he
what he
doubled
said.
back. Sorry,
I just
didn't
wanted to
mean
make
say
sure.
that. Yeah.
Because
My apologies.
No, I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, no. So yeah, he doubled back, and he's like, "Oh no, man! Like, you know, they got
I
great
was just-
people in their camp.
I
You
was just
know,
mad.
I was out of pocket earlier. Like, you know, I hope y'all can forgive me."
I was a mad little
and-
toddler throwing a tantrum because he didn't pick my verse because all I say is
But what gives it so much more? But what gives it so much? What gives it so much more credibility? I felt like it was the what chant. But what gives it so much more credibility, though, to get to that part, is that ESTG tweeted like not too long after that. He was like, "That's what I fucking thought," and everybody's like, the internet is speculating like, okay, is he just saying that because Designer said sorry? Which some people are like, oh, that's just him saying sorry. No, this literally sounds like ESTG reached back out and was like, slander my name like that one more fucking time, you dumbass.
That was
Like-
ESTG saying, yeah, you better come back and apologize and make sure your fan base, who you just try to
I mean, he called him more than hot garbage.
Well,
I kept
right.
I kept it with the light shit
What I'm
because the
saying
other stuff
is
involves words
how
I don't want to say.
ESTG's subtle response of that's what I fucking thought was actually him saying, you don't want this fucking problem.
Yeah,
A,
like, I'm on the rise. Like, we're not
musically-
doing this.
Musically,
like,
you don't want that problem anymore.
oh
B,
God.
Like
With those numbers against Designer right now,
Well, that's what I'm
ESTG
saying,
would
like-
eat him up.
you were good back then off those. Cool.
It was short
I'll
lived.
go bar to bar and murder you. And then B, I'm about that action in real life.
You almost can hear it in the
I'll
flow.
see you in the studio.
I now hear the
Designer,
song.
let's go do a boxing
Dude,
match.
I'm
Like,
hearing the ESTG songs different now. Like
That's why it's like ESTG is like he in the rap world, like the music industry. I would give him like I would say as an onlooker, spectator. I don't know their real lives. I would say he's about that life, about that action in real life as well. So it's like Designer, you talking all this bullshit. I'll see you around the block next week. What's up? Are you still? It's like Eminem when he would always dog people like, okay, yeah, I have D12, but like, I don't need them. I'm gonna pull up on you solo, and I'm gonna jaw you. Like, hey, who was it? The Clown Posse? I forget whoever it was.
ICP.
Yeah, he's like, don't forget what I said, punk. I'm gonna swing on you. Like, don't forget what I said. Like, I'm gonna see you, and I'm gonna swing on you when I do. And D12's not gonna be here with me. Like,
yeah, that was some crazy shit.
so like, him doubling back is like, A, you a bitch. B, you know you a bitch. C, you gave me a garbage verse. Don't be mad. It didn't make the cut. Maybe it'll be on the next album. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it was a garbage, but didn't make the cut for my album this time.
Obviously,
sorry.
ESTG did not want that shit.
Maybe it just didn't fit.
For all we know, the manager accidentally sent it to designer, and ESTG's over here like, oh,
or
man.
it just didn't fit the flow of the vibe, or it didn't fit the vibe of the album. He could have been like, designer, I fuck with this, but it's just not how I was feeling this album. Sorry.
Low key, I feel like ESTG was even trying to give him a look on that.
But yes, but also he gave him a big ass pass by saying that's what I fucking thought, rather than slandering designer.
Yeah,
and really,
he
like,
easily could have just
retaliated
and went that whole crazy route, but he just kept it at like.
Fun fact: I could be a very petty person, but I try to take a higher road more times than not. But there's times where you match pettiness, and in that battle, don't try to match me because like I'm very petty. So like there's instances where it's like, oh, I could see how ESG could have been very petty. But like, Zion, when was the last time you was hot, dog? I was trying to make you relevant again.
I'm glad that you said that because who the fuck is he to call somebody hot garbage?
I'm trying to put
you on. The dude just did fucking nice ass numbers.
Designer,
what the fuck are you doing?
Put out your album next month and see if you do 50K. Okay, I just did 79. Okay, 75K for a feature.
You might struggle to do
75K for a feature ain't even that much. In 6 months, my features price is going to be 100K. So you should have taken that lightly.
Oh, he saw those first week numbers. He said, "Hold on."
But imagine other rappers seeing that ESG is only charging 75K. Like, oh, I'm about to go get him on my album. Fuck it, he a dog. 75K. I need 2 songs.
Him and Jack Harlow might be doing a collab album too. But like, I didn't even think to put that down, but he mentioned it.
Fuck designer for that shit.
Yeah, fuck designer for that shit. For designer, you took an L.
Yeah, that's what I said for that shit. Not entirely, not fuck designer entirely.
I know Breakfast Club has Donkey of the Day, but if we were to have Donkey of the Week, I think it's safe to say designer would be Donkey of the Week.
That was some petty, jealous shit. Like,
designer's Donkey of the Week, fair to say.
Yeah. he at least earned nomination of Donkey of the Week.
Oh, yeah, there might be somebody that could take that from him. But this is just a quick one that I personally thought was hilarious because I feel their pain. Nelly and Lil Wayne could not figure out Instagram Live, and I thought that was fucking hilarious. Nelly got busted trying to put the glitter filter on. Lil Wayne couldn't tell why there was fucking people talking. He didn't know why.
That was hilarious. Shit. Old heads, like I say this.
Oh, he old goes, heads trying to figure out
technology.
And then he goes, "Wait, why?" He goes, "Why does it say pause due to a poor connection?"
And
I'm over here like I battled that 112
you could tell
times.
Wayne was like singing the sparkles the whole time, and then he was like tripped out about it because at first he was like, he saw it on his chat,
like Nelly's got a filter on.
Yeah, he saw it on his grills or whatever, and like he got diamond in his teeth, so like he was like, maybe it's just how his friend. He's like, and then Nelly though saying, "What do you mean? Like fucking with him?" He's like, "What are you talking about?" He's like, You sparkling and shit. He's like, "What are you smoking?" Like, he's like, "No, it's a filter or whatever." And he, like, after he took it off,
that was good.
Yeah, he took it off, and like, how Lil Wayne's response is like, "Yeah, don't be playing with them filters." I feel like that was him saying like, "Oh, he looked worse without the filter. He actually showed age. You know what I mean? Like, didn't take away all of his wrinkles and everything, but like it showed his actual face." And Wayne was like, "Yeah, that's what you're supposed to look like, not a little fruity girl." Like, you're not supposed to be sparkling with that filter. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, even I was like, "Has he got the glitter filter on?"
That was funny.
The other funny thing that I saw.
One last thing on the filter of Nelly, how he tried to play off that he didn't know it was on.
That he didn't know it was
He's
on.
Like, oh shit, that shit. I don't know what. That's all.
I don't know what I'm doing.
But he knew exactly how to get it off.
Yeah, it came off super
Nelly,
quick.
It's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Playboy Cardi, don't overestimate your fame. At Rolling Loud, the set was going great. The show was going great. Thank God it was on the last song. He jumped into the crowd, and all of his fans are oblivious. They're on Xanax. He falls to the ground.
Xanax. Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't see the video.
And like he played it off like it is what it is, and like the song wrapped up. It's like he comes to the end of the stage, it's rolling loud, and he fucking jumps out into the crowd, but his fans are just like, and their phones are out, and like he smashes into like phones and shit. And like, yeah, nobody catches him.
Did you?
Nobody even tried to catch him. One guy tried to put a hand up.
They're probably all zaned out too, dog.
That's what I'm saying, man.
They're like, darn.
But Playboy Cardi's okay. That's why we can joke about it. Everybody's okay. Nobody's seriously
same
hurt
with
to my knowledge.
Post Malone. I don't know if you did. You hear that?
I was scared. I'm going to the Post Malone show on Tuesday.
So
almost
he fell through a trap door that raises guitars. He has things that like raise up guitars and shit.
Well, and on stage where he fucking fell in that hole. That hole
was the trap door.
Oh, so part of the stage design.
Yeah, it was supposed to be up. It wasn't up. So it was halfway. He was moving around, fell through, broke ribs. I've had fractured ribs. That shit is some painful and like you getting through days normal is like walking around. It's like moderate pain. When it really hurts is like if you cough. And I'm not gonna lie, the first like 3 weeks, anytime I sneezed, almost like brought me down to tears. Because like the rapid expansion of your lungs, like and the pressure of like the
he's
ribs,
a big cig smoker too.
Yeah, and so like that's where like the most pain come from was like coughing. Like I actually found out like after I played football that they were fractured. We went and smoked a blunt. Like the adrenaline wears down. I'm like, damn, my shit hurt. I was smoking a blunt and I coughed. I was like, oh my, like literally had to pass off the blunt. I was like, damn, and like I felt on like that shit's fractured. Like, damn. So having that pain, like that's nothing. Shout out him for coming back out. And then funny, the next show he did, like the next day or whatever.
He said, fuck the hole.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was all the way up. It was a level stage, but he went around like, fuck you. I was like, shout out him for making it a joke.
Oh, when I first saw that, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? Because, like, I've been so excited to see Post Malone. Which, by the way, I will be excited to talk about that next week. Post Malone, Roddy Ricch on Tuesday. I'm pumped. I'm excited. First time seeing Posty, Roddy Ricch. I've just went back and listened to his music. And, I mean, I obviously knew him before and knew some shit. But, yeah, I'm excited to hear some shit. I like some joints. I'm not a huge Roddy fan. I'm not gonna say.
I'm not on his band.
But I am a huge Posty fan.
Yeah, I love Post. I fuck with Roddy Ricch. Couldn't name you albums, but if you played songs, I know. Like,
I don't think I can name an album either.
Like, I'm just being honest. I mean, to be honest,
that one that was like Live Fast, Die Fast.
To be fair, I don't know if I could do. I could probably. If I would have to really think about it. I don't know if I could name 2 Post Malone albums, even though I know I've listened to all of them almost all the way.
No,
I've listened to all of them all the way through. Like the one that has the yellow album cover, I know.
Beer Bongs and Bentleys.
So like I don't know the names, but I could list give them to you.
As you can tell, I'm the big Posty. I'm the big Posty guy.
I don't care for names. Like I'm sorry.
His new album is one of my favorite albums of the year, 12 Karat Toothache.
Like I got a big brain, and like you know how people always wear like shirts, like rock shirts, and they're like, oh, name 3 songs. You can memorize song names.
No,
but if I put that song on, could you sing along?
Oh, I know
That's
what
how
you
I
mean.
feel.
Like sometimes
like
it
Post
varies
Malone,
with
like I'm like I
yeah.
Put on any Post Malone, I could almost guarantee I know it. Could I give you a song album name? No.
And then there's me,
but
I heard a lot.
You know both
like that.
Yeah. But you know both. Like you know the song.
When it comes to him, yeah.
I mean, but I'm like that with a lot of people.
I mean, he was one of those songs. I mean, just to share a quick Posty story as to why like I am a huge fan. The first time I ever heard him, obviously, I mean, he splashed on the scene quick. But then I went back and listened to a couple of the joints that he put out before. But I remember I was playing Black Ops 2, and I was online, and everybody in the party was talking about this White Iverson.
Oh,
like, okay. And I'm like, well, I'm gonna put it on the fucking thing. Then I'm listening to it too, and I put it on, and 30 seconds in, I left the fucking match. I was like, I have to hear this 50 times in a row.
Yeah.
I was like, I need to figure out what I'm listening to because this is something different. And I love different.
Modern Warfare 2 beta just dropped. It is phenomenal.
You know, I'm retired.
Fun fact. You could pre-order it, and they give you access. They don't charge you until up to 10 days before it drops, which is October 28th. So you can pre-order it, get the beta, and then cancel the pre-order if you don't want
Does
to
it
buy
play like the
Yes.
MW2?
Yes. So I went to go
Same guns?
different names. They have the M4. So like MP5 has a different technical name. MP5 is there. But it plays like the older way, and I literally went to like.
What about the ACR?
I know there's a SCAR in there. They haven't dropped.
I like the SCAR.
They haven't put all the guns though, because it's just beta. So there's only like select. Like
they got an ACR.
I think that's gonna be in the actual game. I don't
ACR.
I don't think they're releasing that.
Red Dot extended mag. Come the fuck.
I don't think they're gonna release that for the beta. But I went to go slide. Like you know how you slide. Like in the new ones, you like press and hold crouch.
And
whatever.
do that bullshit. Yeah.
Dolphin dive. There's still a slide, but if you hold it, you're at the. I was like, when that came, I was like, we're back.
No, that's awesome.
I literally was like, oh,
this is
it.
Shit.
And like gunplay, like it's like the older ones.
I'll give it a shot.
First match, guess where I went?
17-4. I don't know what game type you played, but
it was TDM. Core.
That's what I thought.
I like hardcore, but it was core.
You do like hardcore. I like core.
Nigga, a headshot, 3 shots max. I hate this core shit. I'm putting 7 headshots on you.
I don't know what the kill markers and all that shit are. Or hit markers.
It is probably less than that. You know, I'm just talking shit, but
no, it feels like it. I know what you're talking about.
That's what I'm saying.
It
feels like
clips of shit into people where I'm like, what is happening?
But right first match, I went 18, 7 assists, 5 deaths.
You can fit shit, actually.
So I was
turned into a lightweight.
I was feeling myself. I love it. I like the gameplay. I like how it feels like an old one. But that was just a quick pivot because I heard Call of Duty, and I had to bring in the beta.
So there's just really a couple more things I wanted to mention music-wise before we get to the big question that I texted you the other day on music, because the other topics we really don't have much for.
Let's just go through those quick.
We really don't have much for the other ones. That's why there was a lot for music, which kind of saved our ass.
Well, sports Luke always like. I'm not just a freestyler, but like with sports, I can bring up topics like this because like I'll think of something while we're talking about the Browns or whatever, and be like, oh, okay, this, and that segues to this, and this in sports.
Yeah, and
it's college football today, so like there's a bunch of
Taylor Swift halftime show rumor.
I was going to say rumored that Apple is now will be the Apple is not after this year. Apple is expected to be the host of halftime, is the sponsor, because right now it's like Pepsi or whatever.
Okay,
and their contract is up. So Apple is supposed to be
Pepsi halftime.
Apple is supposed to come in and make their way in partnership with the NFL. So
that'd be tight.
But they're thinking
we got a shitload of Apple products.
But Broadsight is how like Bruno had to pay out of pocket for his shows. Performers will now get paid rather than like having to like making a pitch that, hey, let me get your halftime, like, then you only have this amount of money. Like Apple could be like, no, I want Drake, and I don't care how much. I don't care how much you want it to be. I want the best show.
Oh yeah. Kanye admits that Sway has the answers.
That was great.
I thought that was hilarious.
I don't know if I sent you that, but I know I sent it to you. I don't know if you saw it yet, but I had to send it to you because I thought
Zach's here.
Hilarious.
That's why my dogs are going off.
That was hilarious because the reporter like brought it up nonchalantly. He was like, "So after all these years, I guess Sway did have something," and he chuckled, which was the best part. It was like, "Yeah, I guess Sway."
Yeah, I know that.
I guess Sway did have some views and answers. So that was awesome that Kanye is able to laugh at himself and make a joke about it and look back and see how some people were actually trying to make him good pitches and make good ideas. So
Mom, I'm on the pod.
Mom.
That might be a producer
I was saying like I like how Kanye was able to look back and laugh and admit like Sway was like trying to like look out for him, but like give him a good idea.
Yeah, and now he's actually
wasn't just
doing
trying to be a dickhead.
Infrastructure and like selling it directly to consumers.
And to be fair, Kanye
and like that's what Sway said all this time.
But to be fair,
Sway had the answers.
Sway did, but I mean, in retrospect, at that time of the interview, when Sway was trying to tell him that he had just signed the deal, when Sway was trying to tell him that, like he had just signed a deal, and he probably had so much stress and other shit he was like focusing on. He was like, "How are you gonna tell me to back away when I just signed this huge deal with them? Like I'm now their partner, but you're now like I can't." So like that might have been more of like why he said you don't have the answers, because like maybe Kanye couldn't back away at that time. He couldn't take the steps back to do it himself because he had just signed a partnership with them or whatever. So like it could have been a contract issue, and Kanye was just like too irritated or like too stressed to even.
Yeah, if you want to just get the noise.
So he might have just been like too irritated or stressed to even like think that was even an option for Kanye to do it himself.
I'm back, y'all.
Because of like contract.
We had a mom on the pod moment.
She's just looking out, trying to help us though.
Yeah, because Zach just got here. It was going to be his first time pulling up a chair with us. Fuck yeah.
But yeah, so that I like that Kanye was able to laugh at it, look back, and
I got one in my ear. Got lost in my hair.
So that was
no, I think it's so funny that like
I'm
all
waiting on
these years
Slay
later,
to come out and like say like I want Kanye to come back on the. I want Kanye to have another video.
Yes, we're
so
Sway
they
can
can
be like, man, that's why I wasn't even getting
like,
that.
hey, look at you doing it yourself. Like, what's up, dog?
What up, brother?
What's up, bro?
So, to give an intro to my man Zach over here, thank you, brother.
He pulling up a chair, but it's off screen on the side. Well, actually, he might get a little on screen. His shoulder,
he will.
I don't know.
Will I be on?
Yep. So,
yeah.
hopping right in, pull up a chair, episode 9.
Get comfy.
This is my man Zach. So we've already covered some Schwitz.
Basically finishing up music right now.
You jumped in on the best question though.
Just
wanted to say, we do got Michael Jackson versus Bruce Springsteen tonight, kicking off the Rock Winners Bracket, Sleepless Radio episode 113. But the last music question that I wanted to ask,
I'll take that whole point.
Yeah, that whole one, that's a stinger.
that is the fun question that I wanted to ask.
Yeah,
that I thought of.
So
What is
before
the
you-
greatest mixtape ever?
And before y'all answer, as soon as Luke told me and texted me this, I've already had my answer. I've known my answer since probably like 2015. I've had my answer, but I want to go first, but I'm throwing out some honorable mentions and then my real answer.
Okay.
So honorable mentions for greatest mixtape of all time: 28 Grams. Honorable mention, Wiz Khalifa.
Okay.
Another honorable mention: 100 Words and Running, MGK's first mixtape, his debut mixtape.
Okay.
And then my actual answer. All right, third honorable mention. Sorry for the Wait, Lil Wayne. Actual answer: No Ceilings, Lil Wayne.
Knew you were gonna say that.
No mixtape could go toe to toe with No Ceilings.
Well, that's the only one that I think argues what I would call the greatest mixtape of all time.
Okay, I'm ready for that.
I would say it's Faces by Mac Miller.
I don't even think that's his greatest mixtape.
I would say that
Because I honestly forgot one honorable mention.
I started the opposite direction of you. So my favorite and what I would call the greatest is Faces. And I think my runner-up honorable mention is I got to give it to No Ceilings. I think that goes without saying. 3.
Mac Miller. Sorry to interrupt you. Mac Miller's honorable mention for me would have been I Love Life. Thank you.
Great pick.
Or Nike's on My Feet mixtape. Like
Kids.
Yes. So.
Great pick.
So
you can't go wrong with any of them.
So
I'm not gonna ever get mad at somebody for picking any of those.
I'm right. I was a little
In
thrown
fact-
off by your pick because
Well,
I
I'll do like
think-
the winner with the 3 honorables. I'm only through 2 of them right now.
fair.
So Mac with Faces.
Okay. Is
2.
your winner? Or?
Yes, that's my winner.
Okay.
2, which is my runner-up honorable mention, is No Ceilings.
Right.
3 would be Macadelic.
Okay.
And then 4, I would have to actually give that to Cabin Fever.
Okay. Cabin Fever is a phenomenal mixtape, and people could and would argue it's better than 28 Grams as a whole mixtape. But
I mean,
why,
it's the one I
I
go back
honorably
to.
mentioned 28 Grams was when I was quickly remembering mixtapes. That summer, like when he dropped that, the whole vibe of the summer changed.
It was
So
literally the mixtape
like,
of the summer.
And probably like
That
a year, it was
acid
probably
rap.
the mixtape for like a year and a half, to be honest.
I mean, Faces came out, but like I was listening to that more on my own. Where like down here, it wasn't what I played until it was like mostly just me.
So
Like even
but for
now,
Ma-
like
me,
I think that's some
for
of Mac's
Mac's
best work.
it is, and I'm not gonna argue that.
He was on another planet when
Mixtape-wise-
he made that mixtape.
Mixtape wise, I would put "I Love Life," "Thank You" above.
Got a little dizzy off the ups and downs. Got a little with me. Put it in the blunt for
Just
now.
be,
and I was
like
chilling.
because of the vibe like he had on it, like
That's-
it was like a "Sorry for the Wait" but Mac Miller version. Like
Macadelic was like the transition of like Blue Slide into
Yes,
watching movies, which
right.
I thought was great.
it was. I'm not arguing.
Sometimes
it was
I
all
wonder
great.
who the fuck I am.
I was just
But now let's
Okay.
hear your picks because you came in at the grand
I don't
time.
even know.
he wasn't prepared or ready
I'm
for
not
the
saying I'm not
questions.
prepared, and then nowadays too, like
We did just throw out a good 8
All-
choices.
like the picks that you guys are throwing out there, like they're early in like mid 2010s when like mixtapes really were booming, and now it's like nowadays. I mean, mixtapes really aren't even a thing anymore.
King
But
Lowe's
they're
put
more
out
or
a new
less
one.
EPs.
Exactly, yeah, because
But like you could argue it like EP mixtape, like that's
yeah.
same category.
Yeah, I mean, like the
'Cause it's-
labels and
it's
stuff
not a-
want you to push out like the albums and stuff.
That's
you
what-
want full length albums. It's the most profitable thing for like
See,
the
that's
label.
what I
so,
think. That's what's changed most in
Yeah.
like music today from back then is like albums
Yeah,
or not albums. I'm sorry, is labels
Mhm.
not wanting to put out mixtapes or EPs because it's
yeah,
no put that on an album so we can make more money off you.
yeah.
Like
Let's do 3 singles.
I don't care if you're
and
waiting
shoot
3 years.
videos.
I don't care if your fans are upset. Like
Yeah.
how that's why Lil Wayne dropped "Sorry for the Wait." He was
Mhm.
like, "Shit, they pushed my album back 2 months. Sorry guys, I'm gonna put out 20 songs that y'all are
Ain't
gonna
nobody
vibe
fucking
with."
with
Yeah,
me.
and
I
I
remember
think-
"Sorry for the Wait." I
Get you
literally
to agree,
would vibe.
motherfucker.
I literally played Call of Duty. That was the year where I literally got good enough at Call of Duty. Like I was a dog. Oh, I am a dog, but I got to the point I was a dog enough to not listen to the volume because I was listening to Lil Wayne "Sorry for the Wait" and I was like, all right, I know where they're gonna go. I know these corners. I know this. I don't need the volume. Fuck it. And like when I went to Luke's house and he was playing the volume, it kind of fucked me up. I was like, what's this? Oh shit. Oh yeah, this.
Yeah, because I play it with
Yeah.
blasting.
And like I would take over. I'm like, this is a little too much. I was like, oh,
I still
fuck.
play Gears on my 40 volume. That shit loud
But
as fuck.
that's like so
Yeah.
like that like so. But if you had to give out, I'm not gonna make you choose a solid
Oh,
one because
boy.
you weren't prepared.
yeah.
Just
so
give out
off
some
the top of
mentions.
your head.
Oh God, I'm
You
say,
can
like,
use the ones we put out as well. If
And
you,
I
if you,
I know. I feel like that's cheap.
But
Because
it's
like,
not. It's
but-
not though, because I agree with Luke's answers of his honorable mentions.
And I think yours are
Yeah.
great picks.
it's just
I see
Um,
nothing wrong with
exactly, and I don't see anything wrong with his. It's just opinion at the end of
Yeah.
the day. Or if
Oh,
you
I
were,
knew
like,
when I
I'm-
said Faces, you were gonna be like, really? Like,
this definitely wouldn't be like my pick, but one of the names that got brought up that I want to go back to is, do you guys remember just how good acid rap was when it actually came out that summer?
Yeah.
And what has happened to Chance now? And we're never gonna get
that's
like
a,
an
yeah.
acid rap 2 equivalent.
I got
Yeah.
worried when I got married that I was gonna turn into Chance, and then I was like, okay, I can still do me. I'm like, okay, I can
Yeah.
still do me.
That's
in
a
the
great
studio.
mention though. Like
That was
honestly,
another one of those
Chance,
albums
yeah.
that came out like mid 2010s, and like that was the vibe for the summer. And like Chance was really blowing up, taking off, and that's
I
also
had that
too
on a
like
burn CD.
that's also too when like SoundCloud really was like booming the
Oh
most.
my god!
Like that was
Trying to get
before-
SoundCloud service in Menor high schools an Olympic sport.
Yeah, dude,
Huh.
that was like before
Like-
like everybody had Apple Music or like Spotify or something like that. Like the main like music streaming platform was SoundCloud for a while, and now we're on all these different paid subscriptions.
another
for
honorable mention
iTunes
of
and
just some
Spotify.
artists in general. Wale.
Oh my god, that's another one.
'Cause when he
I
would
haven't even
just
thought
say
about
nothing,
Wale.
I wouldn't say mixtape, more or less. He's more like when he would drop his singles, like a random single, or like he was more of an EP, 4-song EP here or there.
Yeah,
But like when he would drop, like it would be literally like world stopped.
Mhm.
Oh, Wale just dropped. Everyone go check it out, whether you fuck with him or not, see if it's good, and then go back to regular
Mhm.
program, like regular scheduled program.
is Wale still even pushing this stuff?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man.
Yeah.
Really? I haven't
great.
listened.
In
Yeah.
fact, he gets better with time.
Really?
He dropped Florin 2, which is phenomenal.
Amazing project.
And then he dropped a few, I think, singles this year.
Sounds right, but I don't want to.
Okay, I'm looking at it right now because I knew he dropped at least
The
one.
Imperfect Storm EP was nuts. When he said R.I.P. Shaq Gaspar.
Yeah. So in 2022, he's on Beauty and the Madness with Rex, Life Raj, Fireboy, DML, Wale. He's on Chill with Jeremiah, Bird Calling, Mark Ronson, Damon Albarn, and Wale. The Trip, which is one of his singles.
Be doing features.
And then he got a song with Bryson Tiller.
Well, doing the
Just
features
recent.
now, bro, you make
That was the single that we
Love Her Fault.
doing
Oh,
features
wait, no,
is
yeah,
like
that
a
was
super
on.
quick bag nowadays, dude. You make so much money for a couple bars or whatever.
It depends on
so-
arguably
I had to
it
remember.
depends on how much your feature price is.
Yeah.
If you're making a bag.
I had
Would you say for a good feature from a good artist, 75K is reasonable, low, or high?
I mean, I think like the price of like what you're paying for a feature from somebody like that, like more or less kind of depends on like how big you are like as an artist.
All right, so don't answer any artist.
And I don't mean that like
I'm trying
like
to give you a generic question to answer like in the real life.
mhm.
So there's a situation where someone got mad at a 75K price. So if you got a verse from somebody
Mhm.
that you were happy with,
Mhm.
like they lived up to your expectations, everything. Doesn't
Mhm.
matter the name, whether it was Drake, Future, Eminem,
Mhm.
Chance, Wale. They said 75K, but they didn't put it on the final album. But no matter what, you paid
Mhm.
that. You paid them, whether you use it or not. That's your decision.
Mhm.
You paid them 75K. They gave you a verse, and they lived up to your expectation. Is that a good price, low price, or high?
Like okay, like I guess in the general like those three choices, I would say it's like the middle ground. But like the biggest thing I'm looking at about it though is like, I guess if I was in that situation, it depends.
All right, you're
As me an
also-
artist, do I feel like if I were to then to put out this song
You're
then
also
with myself,
you're
would I make
established.
the money
You're
back
also an
from it?
established artist.
It was the designer ESTG.
Yeah.
I
was
remember
about to
hearing
say.
something about
That's why I was.
this whole
I forgot to
feature
mention
thing.
that you're.
I'm
no,
trying
yeah.
to be careful with time.
Yeah. No, that. Yeah, I don't know. I might be like a little salty then, honestly.
'Cause I feel like-
75K, like
I feel like that's a reasonable. I felt like that's honestly a lower price.
However,
ESTG is.
I do want to get back to mixtape though, because we are unfortunately running a little low on time.
Cool.
So, there was a mixtape that you forgot to mention though,
I haven't.
and I feel like you forgot to mention it because you just didn't think of it. So I just wanted to remind you of it. Live Love ASAP.
Oh, that was
That is,
crazy.
yeah.
That's a good honorable mention.
That's
too.
another
Well, I
one of
had,
those
you know, I
sound
felt
fire.
bad for leaving that one out, but I had to do it.
Mhm.
My bias wanted to throw it in, but I had to leave it
Right.
out because that mixtape
It's
was
just-
literally handed to me by ASAP 12 when I saw Danny Brown, Schoolboy Q, and
That's
ASAP
dope.
Rocky at the House of Blues.
That was another
Hey,
one.
and that's just that's
that
a
was
timeless mixtape.
crazy. Like I still have the bitch. But again, I'm sorry we are running a little short on time, so I do want to run through movies and TV, sports and wrestling, and not cut ourselves too short.
Just list it, and then I'll say if we should talk about it, because we're running low on time. So I'm being the bad guy.
I mean, I can. We
Well,
can
yeah,
wrap these up quick. So, Nun 2 has been confirmed, and that's coming to theaters. Look
Clutch.
forward to that. That'll probably be out next October, I'm guessing. Did want to mention that there's a reboot show on Hulu, and what I mean by reboot is it's literally called Reboot, and it's a parody of all of these fucking reboots.
Maybe choke.
And it's got
I
Johnny.
wasn't expecting him.
Yep.
It's literally called Reboot. Okay, fair.
Yep. And it's totally unique. It's starring Johnny Knoxville, Keegan Michael.
Thomas.
Oh God, yeah, Keegan Mike and Peel
Mhm.
or whatever his
I
name
forget.
is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Something like that.
Keegan.
But it's a hilarious show. Definitely check it out. They are 3 episodes in. The 4th episode comes out on Tuesday. Give that a look.
Big bet.
The Diary of a Wimpy Kid Actor murdered his mom.
I was about to
playing
say,
the
time out. We
piano.
cannot mention that movie. I was about to say, no.
The only thing I
Are
was
you
saying is
kidding
it's
me? That's
supposed-
hilarious.
Okay,
No, I was
so
gonna
hold
say
on,
like,
hold on.
don't go promote that movie because that kid just killed his mom.
Yeah, no, I just saw that on Twitter the other day.
That
Was
is
it
wild.
actually like
I
one
was
of
just-
the main kids? Because I was
Yeah,
seeing
it was the
people-
main actor.
Really?
And what I'm pissed about
It was
is
over,
why
like,
did they
Welsh,
ruin the
first off.
ending like that?
But first off, it
I
was
don't remember.
it was
the
like
movies,
overseas. It was
honestly.
like in the UK. I don't know exact country, so
Uh-huh.
I'm probably gonna get murdered for saying the wrong. But it was definitely premeditated. Like he's serving.
Really?
He's up for parole in like 14 years,
And
he's
he
serving
clearly-
life. He was like 22 at the time. Like he knew what he was premeditated. Like he said, "Oh, you brought me into this world. Well, I gave you all the money. Hiya!" And it was like, Oh, that's not how that goes. That's not how that rolled, bro.
No, yeah, like I said, I saw that.
He's like, I'm the diary of the Monkey Kid. I ain't going to jail. Actually,
I
you
saw
are.
that headline.
When I saw
on
that
Twitter,
headline, I was like, damn, I didn't
Yeah.
read that book.
and then I was like,
I read all the books
was
when I
it
was a
like
kid.
the main actor?
Not the
Like,
new
was
one.
it just another one in there?
Where the
You
mom
know?
gets blown.
No.
behind
Yeah,
the
that was
kid.
never in mine. And the ones I had to read for school to get our reading points. That was
So
never
safe
in.
to say that's the director's cut.
Oof. That's the extended
Yeah,
version.
that's extended
Yeah, that's the extended version.
only on Blu-ray too.
It's rated R.
Oh, I'll get that bitch. So Johnny Depp is now dating his lawyer.
Well,
from
first
the
off,
case.
they were dating when they were doing that kid.
You think so?
They were definitely. I'm not gonna say they're dating. They were talking.
Yeah,
Like, you
they
think
definitely were.
They
trying
were
to knock
vibing.
something
You
They
think
off.
were
he was
definitely
like-
vibing.
Was he out here giving back shots like get me
No,
out of the lie
no,
detector?
I think I think they're both professional enough to where they felt the connection and vibe and said we have to wait till after the case.
Yeah.
So legally, if anything comes up, we can have proof. Like, all right, our text, yes, we were texting, but we didn't get personal until
Mhm.
after the case because
Yeah.
they're both professional and smart. Like,
Yeah.
So I think they caught the fling and vibe during the court case.
Wouldn't it be crazy if we were wrong this whole time and he beats her up too?
No, because that's not who he is. Sorry, I'm not wrong. I'm not.
He
No.
gets into a character maybe?
No. Well,
No.
if she into that shit, maybe.
Intense role play. Who knows? If
that's
that's what you're
kink,
into.
that's what you're.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Most
what we
people
should
do.
title that, like side title.
There's
we should
weird-
side
there's some
title
weird
each-
shit people are into these days.
We
I
should
don't know.
side title each episode, and this one should be pull up at your episode 9 if that's what you're into.
Yeah, we could. We could start.
Like,
start
let's
doing
do
it.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
we,
was
we
wild.
should start doing that.
I'm happy for them though.
Sports. Utica, the Celtics guy, cheats on
Oh.
Nia Long.
I
J.
didn't know
Cole's
that-
got a shot.
I didn't know all the details.
Um,
About it.
so
Is this
what
the head
happened
coach we're
was-
talking about?
Yeah, head
Yeah,
coach
yeah.
had a consensual. It was
Yeah.
consensual relationship
yeah.
with a female staff,
Uh-huh.
and obviously the
married,
organization
though.
code of conduct organization
married, though.
had to do something. They
everything.
found out about it, so it's against policy.
Mm-hmm.
They have to suspend him, so it had to make a headline because you can't just have, oh, why is your head coach suspended for a year? You have to
Yeah.
give a good enough it has to come out. So
Like
it had to
you
come
guys-
public, but they knew about it, but it had to come public because they had to officially suspend him.
Gotcha, because like what you guys were saying with what I saw was it was the Celtics head coach or whatever, and it was like a consensual relationship, and that's like as
But
far
it-
as I
it-
knew
it's
about
like
it. So
a-
I was like, damn,
It's a
like
bigger hit because his wife is
uh-huh.
in the black community and culture,
Mhm.
Nia Long.
high-
Goddess.
Yeah.
yeah,
Goddess.
Yeah.
high
I'm a
pole,
married man,
high
but I can
table.
say that.
It's like Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively's
Yeah, I
relationship. Like,
got you.
Blake Lively, like perfect person,
Well, the other
perfect
thing, too, is,
human,
like,
perfect
Nia Long
woman.
is a sweetheart. Like I've
Perfect
never seen
person,
anything that
perfect
doesn't
human,
say Nia
perfect
Long
woman.
deserves any of that.
No, she
Not
doesn't.
anybody
She
does.
doesn't. But that's what I mean. Is like, it's just that's why it's even a bigger hit because it's
Mhm.
like she's like the perfect ideal woman, and
Yeah,
you
no, I
had
see-
you
I see
fumbled
what
the
you're
bag.
saying.
If J.
yeah.
Cole
He
single,
fumbled the bag.
if J. Cole single, he's already in that deal.
I see what you're saying. I didn't know that he
Yeah.
I
was
was too young
married.
for Nia Long, and I
Yeah.
remember when she said on Larry
Oh, she'll
King,
come
while
back
married,
around. Don't worry. Full
While
circles.
married, Nia Long was still
Full
like,
circles. Don't
because
worry.
Larry King asked her like, "Oh, like, is it true? Was J. Cole too young?" And she's like, "How old is he?" And he like
Not
says
anymore.
his age, and she's like, "That's not too young."
Hey,
And then now,
Go shoot
she's
your shot,
probably
J.
like,
Cole.
Hold on, yeah, that'd be crazy. J. Cole and Nia Long. So Utica,
look at Shrink.
fucking cheats. Oh yep.
Utica cheats, but now the Sun's up for
Hold
sale.
on.
2 weeks, I believe it was like 2 weeks, maybe a month
Yep.
after owner had some slurs come out. I don't know if I don't want to be
Misogynistic, racist
okay.
dialogue.
I was gonna say racist
Mhm.
slurs. I wasn't sure the
it was both.
actual context. So
It was both.
he had some things come out that were unpleasant. So he's
Suns
now
up
the
for
team's
sale.
up for sale.
I can
Ironically.
no longer wear my Phoenix Suns hat to work. and
No, I
mind
will.
it.
I support the team, not the owner.
I support Devin Booker. I support the
I
players.
support the team. I don't support the owner. He's selling the team. It's not his team.
Something that I
anymore.
did want to mention because this is one of my all-time favorite baseball players. Albert Pujols last night hit his 700th home
Did he-
run.
Yeah, he did.
Yep, he hit his 699th and his 700th back to back.
game and I didn't watch.
Yep,
I
back
saw
to back
that
times
one
at the
for it.
plate. He hit his 699 and his 700.
I did see that.
It was against
both?
the Dodgers. It was against the fucking Dodgers. He hit them both
I'm
back
off
to back.
screen because I'm really disappointed in myself.
I know. We just literally shattered Nick. We shattered Soup Fried
He's
Snooker.
one of my favorite.
Same.
fucking-
Same too. I was literally watching at work, and me and Scott both popped when he fucking hit the 700. He's like, "Are you watching?" I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "This is fucking crazy." He was crying and shit, running the bases. I'm sorry, bro.
I'm not mad at y'all. I'm happy for Albert. I'm really happy for Albert because like now he can retire peacefully.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
He got to that landmark.
Oh, dude, the players.
I've literally been
rushed
telling
him,
my
hugged him and shit.
friends, like, yo, like I just need Albert to get to 700 this season. That's all I want, so he can just
The fucked
retire.
up thing is that
like,
some
peaceful.
ESPN broadcasters, some broadcasters
Ugh.
called this bitch back in like May, like down to the fucking
I'm
date.
just, I have to watch it on YouTube and it's not gonna be live.
I'm sorry. For what it's worth, I
I'm
actually
not
didn't
even-
see it until the replay.
That's, I mean, and that's what I mean. Is like I don't even care about watching it now. It's just I just know he did.
I just heard Scott freak out, and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta look at the phone." And I looked, and I was like, "Albert's running around third. Something happened." And then I'm like, "Oh shit, it's a home run!"
Man, shout out Pujols. He was a dog.
Shout out Albert
He
Pujols.
was a dog. Is a dog.
Bitch, I'm a dog. Cujo,
Future Hall of Famer.
700 bars. That's 700 home runs. Albert Pujols. All right. So, fantasy bust, fantasy booms. Anybody got him?
Let me
Hold on.
Amora St. Brown is my fantasy boom to the moon.
Yeah,
I
that's
drafted
a
that
solid
motherfucker
pick.
in the 5th round.
Let me look at mine because I know I definitely have.
I
one.
definitely
drafted
got
Amora
bust for
St.
y'all.
Brown in the 5th round, bro.
Definitely got some bust.
I will
Like,
say
I got a couple of them.
wouldn't call
Najee's
it.
a bust.
I must say I wouldn't call it a bust.
We're going week to week bust.
Yeah,
I'm not
what
saying
is
they're
up?
actually a bust. I'm saying they didn't perform for me.
Yeah,
last
no.
week.
What's up with the whole Najee Harris thing? We have
They don't have an
broken over,
offensive
like
line.
13 points.
No offensive line.
I get it, but where's the touches? Trubisky's not really doing the hottest.
But if you don't have a run game,
Excuse me.
you
Would
like
you like one, Zach?
you have to
I'm
like
going right now.
if the defense doesn't respect your O line,
Mm-hmm.
it's a wrap.
No,
Like
I
you,
feel you,
because
yeah.
you like your quarterback, even on pass throws, like
Yeah.
immediate pressure, immediate movement in the pocket, so it's messing up the routes, timing. Like they need to, their O line needs.
No, the
They
O
need
line
help.
definitely needs help. It's like just, I guess the volume isn't it like there as much as you expect. I mean, like looking at his attempts, like 10, 15, 15. I mean, 15
Well,
attempts a game isn't
I'll
bad.
do you one better
Like,
though. What about Jonathan Taylor last week?
Yeah,
54
not too
yards
bad.
total.
Oh, I don't
Oh,
Oh
have
yeah, so
all-
I don't want to hear a Najee. They have O
No,
line.
no, no, yeah. So,
They got O line Indy. They got Matt Ryan.
So what's the whole thing right now?
What about
going
Jonathan
on?
Taylor? How about Jonathan Taylor? Huh?
Jonathan Taylor.
Huh?
What about Darnell
Yeah, you-
Mooney over 2 games only has 2 targets for
Oh,
a
that I
total of
can't
4
even better.
yards. I
Hunter
have him-
Henry, tight
yeah.
end, 0 receptions, 0 yards in a
Yeah.
whole game of playing.
The Darnell Mooney one is probably going to be my pick right now because
quarters.
this dude,
That's a bust.
what as of right now is a bust. You have 2
I agree.
targets
I
throughout
got him
2
in Yahoo.
games. And this is a guy that was looking at 140 targets with like 90 catches last year. Like
Okay.
we're at
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
if you're
it.
getting 140 targets from already 2 games in, and you have a total of 5 targets for 2
Um,
catches, like
I'm giving
I don't know,
The
man.
Bears give me a
I'm
lot
giving
of,
a possible boom for I think he is.
Yeah,
But, it's gonna be hold up, I'm sorry. Marquise Brown. He's
What
in
team?
Arizona.
okay,
the Cardinals.
I could see him booming.
I
I like
I don't
Kyler.
he's
know.
I
So-
like Kyler Murray.
So week 1 he got me 14.3 off 4 receptions and a
Mhm.
tutty, 43 yards. Last week he had 6 for 68. And so like I just think in that offense,
Mhm.
he's just I think he gets open, he's quick,
Yeah.
and they kind of like the short dump off passes to where like they can get
like
like
the
it's
Mhm.
get it to the playmaker and make him make somebody
D
miss.
Hop and
Yeah,
shit.
like
Yeah.
and
I like
they'll take
Kyler.
their shots to D.
I don't know. The
it's fucking
Marquise
D-Hop.
Brown
I
thing
like
for
getting
me though,
Kyler
like
in the fantasy.
It's a hit or
It's a hit or miss,
and that's why I think this
especially-
year is going to be a boom for him though.
because especially like Hopkins comes back like week 6 now or whatever,
Yeah,
and I already saw like the reports. Who knows how true it is? Like time will tell.
but that's only
But they're
gonna,
talking about
that's
obviously
opening up
Hop
the
and
whole
AJ Brown
defense.
are gonna, or not AJ Brown,
AJ Green?
AJ Green are gonna be on the outside, and then Hollywood Brown is gonna be the slot receiver.
and that's just, and with his speed, it's just so deadly.
I
'Cause,
mean,
like,
yeah, you're
the
middle of the
defense
field, the
automatically has to
linebackers,
respect DeAndre Hopkins.
Yeah,
There's the
I
best
got,
corner,
I got
Yeah.
my big
and at least
fantasy
safety
bust.
help. AJ Green, he's older, yes, but you still got to respect him. So there's
Mhm.
there's a good corner help. So like Marquise Brown through the middle of the field, like
yeah,
because linebackers like it's not like Ray Lewis back in the day. Like
Yeah.
no,
you're like going across the middle of the field isn't as scary as what it used
Yeah.
to be. Like granted, it's still you're getting hit, but like you're not getting your head taken off. Like there's
Yeah.
a lot of rules now to protect players, which is
Mhm.
it's good, like protect players, but it's just like so it opens up.
Yeah.
If that makes sense, it's not like Wes Welker getting 8 concussions a year.
Oh my god!
And able to play,
Well,
and still able to play.
I got a
because he just gets up right away. Like,
who's your bust?
It's unexpected, but I realized it. The first game, I was like, okay, that's different. And then the second game, I was like, okay, what are they doing?
Mm-hmm.
The fucking Vegas Raiders now switched their offensive game plan. So Josh Jacobs before got all the workload.
Now he's splitting them.
And now he's fucking splitting touches between him and 2 other guys. In the first game, I was like, okay, maybe it's just because he was questionable and they don't want to give him that many touches.
My 2
but then
cents,
week 2, he was fully healthy, and I'm like, what the
my
fuck?
2 cents on that situation is I feel like he's splitting the touches now with the Raiders.
Kenyon Drake and Bolden.
Sammy Watkins is
Well, no, I think they're splitting the touches and stuff like that
Mike
because
Evans
they've
is-
already declined Josh
That's for that
Jacobs'
little
5th
fight.
year. At the beginning of the season, he asked for his 5th year extension. They told him no. So right now, it's like they're either in the boat of they want to just move on from because they don't want to pay like a year 5 running back a bunch of money because usually by then,
He hasn't
unfortunately,
really done anything crazy for him.
he started off hot and stuff like
Yes,
that. But
he
it's
did.
just like the longevity of like a running back in the NFL, unless you're like one of the ultimate like top tiers, like is kind of short. So they don't want
Which
to
he's
invest
not.
like the money into it.
But yeah, I see that.
Because you can just like you can get these running backs in like the mid rounds that end up being like complete studs if you have like the offensive line.
Well,
and
that's
the
why I took a
weapons.
gamble on Josh.
I said, I stayed
Uh-huh.
away from him in both of my leagues. I could have got him both
With
times.
who?
I remember, and I just kept
Josh
thinking about
Jacobs.
okay.
the whole year 5 decline. So like, he could still get the extension after this year, but like,
Not playing
They
like
already-
this is not.
if you came to them and said, "Hey, I want to get my 5-year extension, like let's negotiate," and they already told you no, they're already kind of like leaning on the
He
fence
went
of
from,
like
like-
moving you
He
out.
went from like
Yeah.
10 targets a game
Finding
down to
them,
like
yeah.
2 or 3
they'll
at
probably
the
find a
most.
draft,
Yeah.
like something like that, like
So I said Darnell Mooney. You said Josh Jacobs.
for bus.
And now
Yeah.
for you.
I'll probably give you 2. I'm putting Hunter Henry up there right
Yeah,
now.
Hunter Henry's disappointing.
Yeah, because like I went with George Kittle was my first tight end. Obviously,
Yeah.
he was out the first 2
Yeah,
weeks.
you're benching him for now. You're sitting him.
So Hunter Henry 1 bust for me,
Uh-huh.
and my second one I would put up Robert Woods so far.
Yeah, Robert Woods has been
I
disappointing.
mentioned the
He
name
got
for my
he
other
got
way, that's
7.9
not
last week, but week 1 he got 2.3, and I'm like, bro, you're one of my starting
So-
receivers,
Yeah.
and like the Titans, like I think they're gonna find their little groove or whatever. I don't know if
I
they're
would
gonna.
hope after
I'm not gonna
last
say.
week,
I
yeah.
don't think. I'm not gonna say they're making playoffs or anything. Like,
No.
but I'm gonna say like their offense. Like Ryan Tannehill's a good quarterback.
Mhm.
Like they got some receivers. They got Derek fucking Henry. Like
That's
you
true.
think shit would find a way.
He's been quiet this year, though. He's
But
not
that's what I
getting
mean.
the
Is how
volume
long
either,
can you
yeah.
keep Derrick Henry quiet?
Yeah.
So I feel like once you get the running game running
I
game going,
agree.
it opens
Mhm.
up. the
I wouldn't
passes.
be hitting panic button yet.
No,
if
no,
I
no,
am.
no.
But right now he's one. Of
I
the
am
best.
hitting the panic. I'll tell you
On
this
who?
right now, though. I'm not ready to hit it. I'm 1 week away ready to hit the panic button on Najee. I'm literally
I
considering
can't.
trading him before
I
week
don't.
3.
Well, okay. I'm in fantasy. That's fair. I'm in like real life. You can't judge.
Yeah, no,
Najee
in
though.
fantasy, I'm considering
Like,
trading
yeah,
him before
yeah.
week 3.
I would
You
try
think
to.
so?
I would try to get good.
Before this
Yeah.
gets any worse?
Yes, I would try to get
I-
much
I
value for him.
I have him
What
in
do
one
you
of
think?
my
Should
leagues.
I do that too?
Okay,
'Cause-
so I have Najee in one of my leagues, like I was saying, and personally, I'm still on like I'm on the train of holding out. Like, have
Oh,
I
man.
have I thought
That-
about trading him?
Hold
up?
on.
Yeah, but it's like,
all
what
right,
would I
so
realistically get?
I'm like
back?
that when because it's like you drafted your team and you
Yeah.
knew like all right, I had a plan for why I drafted
Because
it.
like he's my RB1, my RB2 is DeAndre Swift. If I'm going to go
But
trade off Najee Harris, I
if
need
you
to get
could-
another RB1, and trading an RB1 for an
is
RB1
he
is like
is he like your flex or one of your running backs?
He's my RB1, man. I drafted him in the first round.
Who's
I
your other
drafted
running back?
Debo, my other running back in that league, Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
he's having a
Told you
good
not to
year
do it.
surprisingly.
He's
though.
doing better than.
I
He's
didn't
getting all
draft
of
him. I
his-
traded for him.
Oh yeah,
But
he's getting all of his points
I
off
would
of
do.
PPR,
I would try to
though,
get
you
like
know.
Najee for like. I don't know who has Jonathan Taylor, but since Jonathan Taylor's shit in the bed right now, it might be like a.
I thought about
Hey.
that too because I contacted the league in my league and I was asking him like, "Hey, is Jonathan Taylor like touchable for the right price?" And he was like, he told me essentially, yeah, but like I would have to give up like more than what I'd want to get Jonathan Taylor when I still
It's
have
always
the
that.
hope and the belief that Najee could still come back because, like, what am I gonna have to give up for like Jonathan Taylor in this league? It's looking like I'd probably have to give up Najee. Like, Mike Evans was gonna be one of my trade pieces, but now he's suspended.
Yeah,
so like
I'm
I
dealing
can't
with
do
that
I
too.
can't do that this week.
Dude, as soon as I saw him shove Marshawn
Well, I'm
Lattimore,
just
I'm
saying-
like, you
I'm
fucking
speaking, like,
asshole.
If someone offered me Najee and I have Jonathan Taylor, would I accept it?
Well, I would never offer you that straight up.
Yeah, no, not
Well, that's what I mean. It's like you have to. But I'm saying if you find the person who has
I
Jonathan,
would use my trade tactic.
if you have but if you find the person in your league that has Jonathan Taylor because he's not doing very well, Najee is another person who could boom this year if they hit the right groove. So right now,
Maybe if
before
you
shit
put
hits the
Pickett
fan even worse, if you offer him Najee and like a good flex for his Jonathan Taylor and a decent flex, it could persuade him like, all right, I'm getting a better flex out of this and possibly an equal running back.
Yeah.
They might bite on it.
Yeah.
They might. I'm not saying they will.
I might
But
try it out.
That's where I would go.
Also, just wanted to say
Because-
before we leave sports, shout out the Cleveland Browns beating the Pittsburgh Steelers on
Hell
Thursday
yeah.
fucking night.
I say real quick, the only thing I wanted to bring about fantasy still is who would you say so far you guys is like fantasy MVPs right now?
Oh, Amora St. Brown.
Yeah, that's a good one.
That dude has bailed me out 2 fucking weeks in
It
a
is
fucking
so
row.
weird. Jared Goff is having a weird resurgence with the Lions, and I
watched
he
it
was
on
gonna
Hard
go there.
Knocks,
I thought he
HBO
was
Max,
going to
check
go
it
to
out.
Detroit and just die.
Right.
essentially.
No, man.
Like,
They look like they're ready to go. Dan Henderson was like, I refuse to let this be a losing football.
they are ballers. I will say
Chubb-
right now, probably.
Chubb's been balling the fuck out.
I have
faced him
Chubb in
last
one
week.
of my leagues. Yeah.
I faced him last week. He put up 32 on me.
Yep.
I was pissed.
I
But
have him and
Week 1, he
Hunt.
got 15, then 32, and then 17. So it's like, that man's a stud, right?
Yeah.
I
I
know how
got
you
him
feel.
and
Dude,
Hunt together
Amora's
in one of
giving me
my
a
leagues.
26-point game and then a 42-point
I got Kareem, so like
I will say
this week it was rough
so
for me,
far,
but
my
he usually puts up
probably-
a touchdown.
I would say my most surprising MVP right now, and like you were saying, it's a guy I didn't have the highest hopes for, but he has been bailing me
Took a
out the
gamble.
past 2 weeks. I got him 96th overall
Ooh,
in a
okay.
10-man league.
There you go.
Christian Kirk,
Oh,
fucking
wow.
balling
He
out
has
right now.
been.
Yeah.
Wide
Where's he in
receiver,
Jacksonville?
yes, wide receiver number 8 as the wide receiver 1. Week 1, 17 points, 6 receptions, 12 targets, over 100 yards. Week 2, 6 receptions, 6 targets, 78 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
17 and 25 points.
Don't know why the Cardinals let him
ballers.
go. That was a dumbass move.
He wanted a lot of money.
He did, and I was very skeptical. of him.
Yeah, I
but-
don't. Hey, he got to keep this up. He's
Yeah.
got to earn that contract.
He's the
Yeah, that's
he's
what
the
he said.
wide
He's
receiver
like, hold on.
one.
This is why I asked for that.
He's the
Yeah.
wide receiver
Don't
one.
be the damn ball.
But-
The other pick that I was thinking of right there too, and I'm glad I didn't do it because it's worked for me. I almost went with Adam Thielen at 96th overall over Christian Kirk.
which no one would have blamed you for.
And
Yeah.
the Christian Kirk one was balling out.
It's just like Minnesota's offense isn't grooving right now.
Yeah.
Like I mean, last week Justin Jefferson is.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'll
But the
take a
whole
gamble on
offense.
St. Brown. I know
Yeah.
how you feel.
But-
like when I saw St. Brown fell to the 5th, I was like, well, now wait a minute. I was like, just
Mhm.
because somebody else is like throwing the ball and like maybe this didn't work all that great, like
Richie James.
hold on.
I will say though, like real quick,
might
the
add
close
this to
tie
it.
that I probably have for my actual overall like MVP of my team though, DeAndre Swift has been absolutely balling out.
Swift.
But I also have to go with my boy Jalen Hurts right now. This guy has got me 24 and
Eagles
33 points
Hey,
at
I
quarterback.
might have Eagles going to the Super Bowl.
This dude has 3 rushing touchdowns throughout the first 3 games and a passing touchdown.
Did you
Okay.
hear what he said about
250
Eagles to the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I know. They're looking filthy this year.
Very. I mean, Bills are like, but I always forget who's on which side because
Bills are AFC.
Yeah, that's
The
and,
Eagles
okay.
are NFC.
Because I wanted to say I could see it Bills Eagles.
Yeah. Because I remember, like, at the beginning of the season, the Cowboys are always projected to win, like, the NFC East
No.
because that's the reporters, like,
Their
love
job.
the Cowboys.
They get paid to say that.
The
by
Cowboys
Jerry
are
Jones.
chalked right now, though. Zeke is looking washed, and it's looking like it's going to be
What?
20 Pollard
That's
season.
the thing is what happened to Zeke, bro?
I was talking about this with my coworkers
I'm
in my
so like
fantasy league,
sad to
where
see
it's
it.
like Zeke is like
Let me just go
falling
up there
off,
and tell them
and
to
like
come down
it's
to
the Tony
6:15.
Pollard season over there. Because even last year, if you guys remember, Tony Pollard started to come in the mix and get like
It kinda
50% of the touches.
I'm not gonna. Okay, Zeke has gotten hurt injuries,
Yeah,
but I feel like it's affected his confidence in his own legs.
yeah,
Like it doesn't look like he's not the OSU Zeke.
No.
He's not trying to run people over.
Okay.
Like, his first 2 like years in the league, he's not
Yeah.
trying to run people over. But I could credit it to like some injury, like he's not confident. He doesn't want to re-injure something. Like,
I think it's
but at
just
the same time, like when I was watching the game last night, it was like the same thing. I was like, where is Zeke, bro? Like this is not who you got this dark ass visor on. Like you look like LT back in the day, but you're not performing, my guy. Like, and I love Zeke. I'm not trying to just dog him.
Yeah.
Like I want him to thrive, but like without a run game, you're not doing shit.
I think it's just like
that's why Dak got fucking hurt again.
I think it's just the lifespan of a running back. I mean, Zeke's already been around for like 5-6 years. I mean, that's like a pretty solid career as a running back nowadays. Honestly, like it's not as long.
But for the hype of what he was, like
here goes down the line.
For what the like he was supposed to be, he was supposed to be like that workhorse. That you could rely on for 10+ years. Like, where every play like was like Adrian Peterson. Like you didn't know if it was gonna. So how I see
he's still balled out
with Chubb and Kareem Hunt, like no matter what, once they get wrapped up, they're gonna fall forward for 2 or 3 yards. You're like they're rarely ever losing yards unless it's completely blown up. But if you meet them at the line of scrimmage, they'll fall forward or something to get a yard or two. And now it's like Zeke, when he sees it, like he'll just fall down. Like,
Chubb is leading the league since he joined the league in yards after contact. So like you're saying, if the first tackle that guy gets hit, he's getting more yardage afterwards than anybody else.
This last game,
the broke tackles,
113 yards carrying.
He just
102 after contact. So he gets touched. I'm gone. But him and Kareem, best running back duo in the league. But very rarely they get tackled by the first guy.
I agree.
They can usually slip the first one
or muscle.
Get off me, and then it's like, all right.
I also
now what?
I have to bring up too, or whatever. Like after the yards after contact runs with Nick Chubb, is it just me or do I love that little sidestep juke that he has been doing all the time? He is getting everybody with that little stop and go sidestep. And like he's getting an extra like 2-3 yards every time he does it.
That's where like Kareem and Chubb, like Chubb's a little like more shifty and like his acceleration is a little better.
Kareem's just
like so after the first guy, like you said, Chubb will do that. He'll like make him miss with that little and like his arm will only go like this across his shin, and then he's gone. Where Kareem, like that first guy, like he can do that.
He's lowering
like he'll still juke him, but like the other guy's a little closer. Then he gets to truck the next guy. To where Chubb, like it's so smooth and swift. It's just whoop, and then he's already into the next level. But like, and I love our backfield. We could be 3-0. We should be 3-0. But 2-1, I'll take it.
I agree. That was a fluke.
It's not a fluke.
Watch that game.
It's not a fluke.
No, that was a fluke.
No, we had a blown coverage. We fucked up. That's not a fluke. We fucked up. A fluke would be like
no, I get what you're saying.
A fluke would
the
have been
onside
like
kick was the fluke.
That we fucked up again. We had 2 dudes fall on it, and then this week how they punched it out of bounds was kind of illegal, but how they like made sure because he wasn't about to wrap it up, so he like knocked it and went out of bounds. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to just. But it like a fluke would have been like if they did a deep bomb, and it tips like 4 times. We swat it. Someone comes out of nowhere, catches it, and runs it. Like, that's some bullshit. Like, that was just we had a blown cover, and that's why they had the defensive players only meeting. Like we need to communicate. We need to know what we're running. We need everyone to know.
They said it was a miscommunication.
Denzel was running. He thought it was one scheme, and everyone else thought it was something else. So everyone else knew what it was, and he thought it was this. And
that's
blown coverage.
Corey Davis got by,
and a blown coverage is a touchdown, and they won.
Talk about wrestling. I think Zach will be surprised by this because I guarantee he hasn't heard it, and I don't think you've heard this either. So we'll start with the worst and get to the best based on brand. Company, I should say. Action Bronson has been killing it in AEW.
Shout out him.
I didn't even know he's wrestling.
Yeah, he's in AEW. And he's going with Hook.
I think it's a matter of time before he's in the WWE because I feel like he probably reached out to WWE and they were like, no disrespect. You got to prove yourself,
which he definitely is.
Because with like they've taken on celebrities as of late, and it's a
he's definitely though not as high of a caliber
in the WWE universe. It's a hit or miss. But like you brought on Logan Paul, Pat McAfee, who was technically a football dude. He won the people over.
Mhm.
So like, but like, you know what I mean? You got Bad Bunny, you got Logan Paul, you got Pat McAfee,
But
and now
those
if you
are,
bring
like, higher
Action
fires.
Bronson, but I'm saying like
the way I look
you
at
got to
it,
do it slowly.
you know,
and
it's
make
actually
sure like he can put on a good show before you bring him
Yeah.
on Friday night first match.
you know, it's
Yeah.
actually
Ever like in his career, like
what I actually wanted to say about that then is I actually think Action Bronson and West Side Gun have a good fit with AEW. And like what I mean by that is that their pop that they get in AEW, which is what they deserve, they wouldn't get that in WWE.
Okay, so how I think
I
they
really don't
could.
think they would.
I think they could if and would.
The general
But
WWE crowd, I don't think
WWE universe is very stubborn. They're very loyal, but they respect if you're actually giving your effort. Like, so if Action Bronson comes in there,
I'll
So
tell you,
he's
who
actually
he
trying-
competes
he's-
like Taz.
what I'm saying is like, so Action Bronson isn't just going into the universe, like he isn't going to wrestling just for clout.
Mhm.
He's doing it this is an avenue I want to pursue. This is a passion of mine.
Mhm.
I want to do this because I love it now. He's not doing it just to, I want to you get money. Like, no.
Yeah.
So like that's where
dream come true.
that's where WWE universe will like,
He's
okay,
killing
we'll
it.
give him a shot. Like Logan
Mhm.
Paul. Like, all right,
Yeah.
we realize you're actually training, you're actually doing it, like you're putting on a good show, you're going off the rope through the table, like you're giving us a good show and you're actually continually trying to
Yeah.
improve. We respect that. We might not fuck with you. You might not want us over yet, but we
Mhm.
respect it.
But,
So we'll keep allowing it, and you got to win us over, which doesn't take one match overnight.
that's
But
true.
we're giving you a chance rather than this bum fuck who thinks he's the shit comes in here like back in the day, Floyd
Mhm.
with Big Show, like that was a whole spectacle.
That was a
Yeah.
botch fest.
Exactly,
But
but like it was like that. It's
to-
like, they can't have that happen again.
the thing though with him coming out is Hook, the
Mhm.
wrestler Hook, which I think you would fuck with Hook. He comes out to Chairman's Intent. Like, he's been coming out to that. So now Bronson comes out and performs it and shit, and they're like a tag team.
That's kind of cool.
Then he
That's lit.
competes like Taz, and he does
Yeah, I
like the
didn't
Taz.
even
move.
So, like,
know
that's
that he
a
was
great-
wrestling, and that's like so cool to hear, honestly, because I know he's been losing like so much weight, like over the past
Yeah,
couple years.
that's what-
His
yeah.
whole Instagram is just
He-
him in the gym, just moving weight.
he did the clothesline, and like West Side Gun, fucking hilarious. Like their little bit that they did because West Side Gun does the.
Yeah.
So
That's throwback earlier in the
Bronson walks over to the crowd and he goes to dap up West Side. And West Side just looks at the camera and goes, "Do, do, 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 do." And they immediately
Cut.
It
Switch
literally
camera.
says technical difficulty. And like, the dogs are like going off because of that. But whenever I do that. But
Technical
anyways, the
difficulties.
technical difficulty thing came up and then it goes away like 2 seconds
I was
later.
just promoting guns.
I didn't mean to get them all riled up. But anyways, Paige, she debuted in AEW as Saria. Calm them down real quick.
Good boys. Hey boys, chill. It's just me. Paige
So
was
she goes by Saria now, but she
Right.
was that dark kind of almost an emo
I'll
vibe,
just make sure.
kind of tall. Moxley beat
Okay.
Bryan Daniel Bryan for the AEW champ.
Okay.
I kind of thought that was bullshit because
Um,
now he's the 5-time AEW champ when other
They
people
probably-
haven't even won him a single time, besides like 4 other people.
Ric Flair's a 16 world champion.
16-time.
So like,
Well,
what
gee.
are we doing?
The limousine riding, jet flying, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, son of a gun.
ring wearing, haters on the shoes, swim, we ride, styling.
Oh, we don't want to stunk because then that'll get them going again too. But Punk's contract got bought out.
Good.
Uh,
That was only
so
time.
he's not
That
gonna
was
be
only a matter of
Punk?
time.
Yep.
That was a
He's
matter
no
of time.
longer
He was being a
AEW.
big old brat and baby. I could see it coming.
He started a backstage like feud and everything.
He got
well,
jealous
and the story was official that he actually
He got
threw the
very
first
petty.
punch. In fact, he didn't even throw the first punch. He actually threw a chair
that's
that he was sitting on at the
That's-
back of
oh.
Matt Jackson's head.
good job.
So, and
Hey,
Tony
if you wanna get
bought out his
fired.
contract.
That's how you do it.
Mhm. He's kind of unfortunately like CM Punk is like I feel like been on the decline ever since he like stopped wrestling.
think
for the
Ever
first
since
time
he
and
took
went to
those
UFC.
nasty L's in UFC,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ,
think-
I might have at least been able to land one. That second fight he literally had 0 strikes landed. Now, I'm the first to say, you put me in the octagon, I'm getting my ass kicked 100
But
out
like
of 100
for
times.
what they recommend,
But I
is a
would be able to
strike,
at least land a
Yeah.
strike.
You literally go like this. There's a
You know
leg
what I
kick.
mean? I can land a strike.
There's a kick.
Yeah.
You take me down. There's a punch.
Wouldn't I have one?
I'm
I'd
smacking.
have
you
one in
time.
me.
I'm, smacking you. I'm getting one smack on you.
Yeah.
I'm Stockton slapping the shit out of you one time.
Now to talk and exit about WWE before we get to Sleepless Radio episode 113. Thank y'all for watching as well. We want to give y'all all the love. Pull Up a Chair episode 9. Thank y'all for this Sleepless Saturday, which it truly feels like a sleepless Saturday for me. Worked 2 to 10 p.m. last night and fucking 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. today.
Grinding.
But it's a sleepless Saturday. We're out
Grinding.
here. We're all grinding.
Grind.
So Bray Wyatt rumors flared up again.
Yeah. Okay.
He might be coming back.
Next.
No.
No.
I'm
It's a
actually-
rumor.
But
Okay, so in the
they
media world,
said
in real
the
life,
White Rabbit.
whenever a rumor,
No,
something
this
comes
was
out,
on SmackDown.
No,
Like,
no, no,
like they're teasing.
I know. Whenever a rumor comes out like this, it's to see how it goes over in the real world. In the
No,
crowd.
they're teasing
Yeah,
it, like
so
on
if it goes
SmackDown.
over well, expect him to come back.
I think it
if
will.
he doesn't go over well in the Twitter universe,
It's going
whatever,
over great.
give it 2 months and we'll see another rumor. Oh, Bray Wyatt,
I
come back.
I fucking love
Until
Bray.
the crowd is ready
AKA
for
the
it.
Fiend.
Yeah,
I love the
I
Fiend.
like him. I want him back, but I'm just over the rumors. Like, just bring him back.
Yeah.
buddy.
That's fair.
Like, that's where I'm at.
That's fair.
That's where I'm at.
It's been like
'Cause-
a year and a half now. It's
'cause,
like,
like,
are we gonna
watching-
do it or are we gonna
Watching
do
the
it?
Pat McAfee show, like, he gives insight of like how business, and,
I
like,
agree.
how NFL trade, like
Yeah.
with Ian Rappaport on, like
It
gives
is kind of
insight
at
how
the
like
point where it's like,
when headlines come out, it's for a reason,
Mhm.
yeah.
and it's to see the general public's response.
Yeah. I can see that.
So it's
Sure.
like, just bring him back.
And-
you could bring him back. You can have him on the roster. Don't use him yet, but we're ready.
Yes, he's
Like-
ready to go if we need be. They might even be building a stable, I think, depending on what they do with Dexter Loomis and Karrion Kross. But no, there's a lot of exciting things going on in the pro wrestling world. There's always a lot of things, exciting things going on in the music, movies, TV, and sports world. That goes without saying. On that note, let's pull up a chair, episode 9. Thank you, Zach, for pulling up a chair.
Shout
We're about
out,
to be
Zach.
getting to Sleepless Radio episode 13 soon.
Yes, sir.
We got
yes,
another
sir.
great episode to pull up a chair in the books. We love y'all. Leave your comments if there's anything you want us to specifically talk about next week. If
We
there's
might
anything
talk
coming
about it.
up,
We might not.
yeah, we'll sift through.
Luke's a friendly guy. I'm not.
We'll sift
If it's
through.
something stupid, I'm not talking. I'll mention it just so you know that I brought it up and called it stupid.
I mean, either way,
I'm
I'll
just
try to
kidding.
mention
We want
what
all
we
your
got.
ideas.
Exactly. Even
Just kidding. I
though
love y'all.
there might be a few in there that we can't talk about, but we'll see what you guys got. On that note, I just wanted to say once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Pull up a chair, episode 9 in the books.
Namaste.
Sleepless Radio, episode 113,
Namaste.
coming here soon. I'm going to end the live on here. Then we're going to go live on Instagram, Reddit, and YouTube. We're going to be right back after I roll a couple of bleezies. Michael Jackson versus Bruce Springsteen to kick off the Rock Winners bracket. Thank you, Zach, for pulling up a chair. Super Fried Snooker, thank you as always.
Yes,
It
sir.
is your host, El Tucker Tente, the ultimate motherfucking sensei. I'll be doing the intro one more time soon. Love y'all. Peace out. Keep the love high and the hate low.